Okay, so I just got back from the movie 2012 and it was so bad. Like like if you really just want to watch a movie that's like so bad, it's hilarious, like literally hilarious, go see it like now. Okay, so I'm just going to list off 14 things that made the movie just horrific, okay? First, why is LA like always the big city that is always like the target? Like, why not Memphis or Tallahassee? Why does it always have to be LA or New York? And don't you love how there's conveniently a pilot who was the stepdad? Like, they're in this moment of crisis and they're like, oh no, our pilot's dead. And then the little boy's like, oh wait, our stepdad's a pilot. How on earth is a dad able to overcome like every single obstacle? Like, there's everything in the world that's thrown at him. I mean, subways, skyscrapers, paper, people, Jesus, everything's in his way, and yet he and his little limo like fly through everything, and it's like, how the heck are you doing this? Like, seriously. And what was with the cute little Chinese couple at the end? Like, they had nothing to do with the story. Okay, and Pickle Man was so great. Like the crazy hippie guy that's like standing on top of the mountain, like, oh my god, guys, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. While like Yellowstone National Park is like on fire and exploding in volcanic lava, and he's just like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. And then he's like chomping on pickles and beer. And does anyone else notice how in the White House, like in a movie, when there's some kind of crisis going on, that the officials are just walking? Like no one sits in the White House, everyone's just walking. I mean, they must be pretty dang skinny down over there if that's all they do. Okay, and the quotes in this movie were horrible. Like, I feel like there was something tearing us apart. And then right when that happens, this like giant crack like splits the entire marketplace in half, and the husband and wife are like, or the one quote where the stepdad is like, hey, people pay me to handle their boobs. I can do it for free. Ew. I love how the dad survives absolutely everything. Like he literally falls into like the crust of the earth and then miraculously his hand comes up and he's saved. Oh. Okay, and then I loved how every minute there was like a think about the children speech, like, I don't care if you don't take me on the ship, just take the children. And then the best, well, not the best part, but a really sad part had to be when the stepdad died. Ooh, spoiler, whoops. Well, the stepdad dies, and his body is like crushed in half, and no one cares. Everyone's just like, oh my god, we're stepdad. And the dad's like, oh, he died. And then the kids are like, oh well, we really like stepdad, and the entire movie we just ignore you to like stepdad, and yay, we have dad back. Oh my gosh, I'd be devastated. And then I love how in all these movies, like the government always acts like they can like handle these natural disasters. No, in reality, we're all screwed. I love how when the plane is flying through like China and like really low to the ground and everything's like really tense and frightening for the kids, the husband and wife are trying to figure out marriage problems and just talk about where they went wrong. And it's just this time of disaster, and they're like, honey, do you miss me? And he's like, yeah, I miss you. And just all that. I also love how the plane, the entire movie, like flies at street level. And last but not least, in the midst of this horrible, devastating, traumatic movie, the only thing I could seriously think about was, oh my gosh, all these cats are dying. Poor cats. Wow.